Well, here to discuss is Senator Marsha Blackburn, the great Republican from Tennessee. Senator, always good to have you on the show. And it really is breathtaking when you think about what this administration has accomplished so far.
And he made promises during the campaign, and what we have seen in these first 100 days, he is keeping those promises. And everything that you read through your list is so accurate, because border crossings are low. The price of eggs are coming down. The price of a gallon of gas coming down. He is dealing with Ukraine and Russia. He is dealing with the tariff issue, getting people to the table to negotiate tariffs and trade deals so we get the cost of living down. And here in the U.S. Senate, we are working to pass President Trump's agenda to make the Trump tax cuts permanent based on current policy, to actually codify the DOGE cuts so that we are cutting into that baseline and saving hard-working taxpayers some of their paycheck, and being certain they send less money, not more money, to the federal government. Because if we didn't make those tax cuts permanent, it would be a $4 trillion tax hike. That's what Joe Biden and his administration had in store for the American people. So thank goodness we have President Donald J. Trump.
And Senator, also in the state of Tennessee, it's been really remarkable, the huge economic investment that the Trump administration is making. And I got to tell you, I'm a son of the volunteer state. I had no idea we were making blow pops right here in Tennessee. But what is this, a $100 million investment?
Yes, indeed. Now, when you look at the investment that has come into the country since President Trump took office, it is a $3 trillion investment. When you look at Tennessee, we have had 30 new companies and over $1 billion of capital investment already coming into our state. And as you said, blow pops, $100 million investment. You've got other companies and factories creating 1,200 jobs, expansions that are taking place. And a big part of this investment in the state is coming from direct foreign investment. And that is so significant, Todd, because it is companies from other countries that are saying, hey, wait a minute, we don't want to get caught in tariffs. We're going to manufacture in the USA, not only for the U.S. market, but also for exports. That is good for American workers. That is how we increase wages. That is how we increase opportunity in so many of our communities in the state.
Senator, you've been outspoken on two other big issues, and I want to get to those right now. Border crossings at the lowest level since the 1960s. This is just really remarkable, but you have to stop and ask now, okay, wait a second, why is it that Trump was able to secure the border so quickly? What was the end game of allowing millions of illegals to invade our country and breach our borders?
And I think Representative Adam Smith really kind of said the quiet part out loud on that this weekend. They feel like they wanted to have these individuals come in and then put them on a path to citizenship. You know, they looked at this as a way to grow their voter base. And no one that illegally enters this country should ever be rewarded with U.S. citizenship. Our citizenship is precious. We have men and women of our military that have fought to defend this throughout our nation's history. And to see that the Democrats were doing this for what would amount to political gain and control is something that is disheartening. And President Trump has shown us we didn't need more laws, which Joe Biden continued to say he needed a new law to go secure the border. President Trump made the point we needed a new president, and with the new president and the current law being enforced, we now have deterred 99% 99% of the illegal border crossings. The crossings are down 99%. This past weekend, they only apprehended 3 individuals, the lowest numbers that we have had in recent history.
All we needed was a new president, as has been said. Senator, real quick, you have also been a champion of young ladies in sports, and it's been so exciting to see this administration taking a hard-line stance at that. But I'm curious. I've been watching the Charlie Kirk rallies, and I've noticed something at these college events. There are more young ladies showing up at these conservative events, and I'm wondering if we're going to start seeing a groundswell of young girls joining the Republican Party, since you guys are out there defending these girls in sports.
And one of the things that is so encouraging to me is that it is young women, women under 40 years of age, and women that are in college, women that are in high school, that are realizing it is the Republican Party that is defending them and their rights. We can define a woman in the Republican Party, and girls and women are really gravitating to the party. No men and women's sports, making certain that doors of opportunity are open in careers for women, the protections of Title IX that are there, that give young women the opportunity to get college scholarships and to be on teams and to excel and compete, protecting the creative rights of our nation's innovators and entertainers. There are so many young women that are creating content, and then they're putting it online, and they know it's Republicans that are standing up and defending their right to benefit from that content that they're creating. So we're very pleased to see this and encourage young women to take a look at the Republican Party.
All right, Senator Blackburn, thank you for jumping on Newsmax this afternoon. Appreciate that.
You got it. Take care. Bye now.